political events that occurred in those countries. Just to say that in Egypt or in Tunisia, where, as you know, we are one of the key operators in the telecom markets, we are now back to normal. The operations are normally run by our teams. The expatriates that we had made back to France are now have joined their work in Egypt. It is the same in Tunisia, and we think that the impact on operations and on revenues will be, of course, if there is no more major events or upheavals in those countries, will be limited. No substantial damage to our assets. We have been very cautious in terms of safety of our teams. This has been clearly the first concern. But today, we can say that there is nothing substantial to report, to mention about what happened in those countries. We have seen political moves not targeting especially foreign investment or foreign companies or foreign brands. Don't forget also that what we have seen in those countries is, if I may say so, the internet revolution, and that in fact our services and our products are in the very heart of the social trends that have appeared quite violently in those countries. I will have a special word on Ivory Coast, which is probably a little less present in the media today, but which is a real concern for us, because in this country the situation is completely blocked, and we watch very cautiously on a day-to-day basis with our teams the evolution of this country, where we operate one of the major players in the telecom market.
Two, in terms of volume market share, it's a little more complex to measure the value market share on this market. However, the customer base is up by 23%, with more than 11 million new customers coming from Egypt, Ivory Coast, and Mali mainly. There is also, and I guess it's an important message to investors, that we commented on some of the politically risky situation at the beginning of our speech this afternoon. Just to mention that our risk is rather dispersed. Egypt is our biggest asset, which is between 2 and 3 billion euro value, whereas other countries are quite smaller and in different political and economic profiles. So even if there could be difficult situations, first of all, as Stephane mentioned, we don't believe that the current situations, except with the Ivory Coast situations, are really damaging for our business in the medium term. We see, on the contrary, they are providing us with eventually more business. There is a dispersion of the risk, which is also a protection in the current environment. And last but not least, I think it's not something new for you, and I think we have commented on that, and we can comment again if you need. Don't forget that on top of the investment we made in terrestrial sites, antennas, physical backbones, we have also a big investment in submarine cables, which is also in preparation of the internet development, either fixed or mobile, on those geographies. Egypt, they have also published their figures, I think it was last Sunday. So we can go into ECMS release. However, just to mention that we have been consolidating fully Egypt since July 1st. This has created an increase of the debt of the group of 3 billion euros. It's a commitment we have vis-à-vis the minority shareholders to buy them in certain situations. There is a huge increase of the number of customers, plus 19% in 1 year, and in spite of the very intense competition, which has put a lot of pressure on the ARPU, we have a much better commercial situation in the second half of the year.